philosophy of the IB program is consistent with the values that were already typical of our school.
The topics in the IB curriculum are exciting for human minds, but especially for young minds.
The IB curriculum really aligns well with our mission to embrace diversity and promotes an international outlook.
Experts in the field from all walks of life, all over the world, talk about what is great educational practice, and here's a great model.
你们喜欢什么茶? What type of tea do you like? 你们喜欢什么茶?
There's a curriculum, but how we actually implement it is unique to us.
One of the things I love to have students do is look at which characters are given agency in the text and think about how that's a reflection of that culture and the intentions of the author.
How do we empathize with their position and outlook in order to better understand how it is that human beings operate in this world?
What is the historical context to your work? Who are the pioneers? How did they know this? And then what are your conclusions?
The focus on understanding social content and social context of the things you're reading and the things you're writing.
One of the hallmarks of the IB program is writing across the curriculum.
Writing is an essential component throughout IB generally, and even in art.
In the abstract, writing in mathematics is as important as writing in any discipline.
IB has definitely helped me with my writing, for sure. Like, I think about the assignments that I'll have in college and it's not as daunting anymore because I'm like, I did IB, like I can do college.
What's cool about writing, and actually the IB in general, is the nature of critical self-reflection. You have to actually stop and write through your process of thinking and identify where you went right, where you went wrong with your thinking.
The IB curriculum allows students to still follow their own desires, their own passions, and the ways that they feel good about expressing themselves, while still really challenging them to branch out and to explore new things that they otherwise wouldn't be exposed to.
It's way harder than I thought, but as hard as I still can handle, and I really like challenging stuff and like giving myself more work to do, and more challenging work make me feel alive and like, you know I'm improving, I'm getting better.
The IB has what they call their core experience. So that's theory of knowledge, extended essay, and the requirement to do creativity, activity, and service hours. Theory of knowledge is a course about how we know what we know, ways of knowing, areas of knowledge. It's interdisciplinary, it's about exploration of questions, it's never about answers.
Talk to me about evolutionary perspective, or the perspective of development of knowledge.
So the extended essay is a 4,000-word research project that the students undertake. It's on a topic of their choice.
I wrote mine about the impact of civil engineering developments in big cities.
How women in music are commodified. How did Gone with the Wind affect the racial atmosphere of the United States in 1939?
The development of sociopathy, an argument of nature versus nurture.
The third component of the IB core is creativity, activity, and service hours. Do something creative that you've chosen out there on your own. Same thing with activity. Activity literally means physical activity. And finally, service. Part of service learning in the IB is not just logging the hours, but you're required to do written reflection.
Instead of there being one test at the end of the year, IB has several assessments throughout 2 years. And each of those assessments focus on a specific skill, specific content. Within the courses themselves, though, all of the assessments really have a personal edge about them. They really offer students a lot of opportunity to claim it as their own.
They can write, they can perform, they can do all sorts of things to really deeply show their knowledge of the subject area. And then there are rubrics and ways of assessing these products that still lend them a lot of validity.
The thing that's really exciting for me is that I feel so much more prepared for college at this point.
IB diploma students walk into college just being so much more ready than your average student.
Colleges really like to see those kids that, have the critical thinking skills down, the writing skills, the collaboration skills that they'll have already in their back pockets when they walk in the door.
I think that the IB does such a wonderful job of preparing students to interact deeply, to be successful in a global atmosphere. And that's what everything is about today. They are going to be global citizens, and they believe they'll be leaders.